This is Manindrabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukola. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Pro Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Wotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Jackie Spade. This is FBC News. Tonight, Ngau gets new jetty with hopes of increased commercial activities. Secondhand car dealers adamant that current prices will remain. And later in sports, the Crusaders have landed for historic Super Rugby match in Suva. More opportunities have sprung for the people of Ngau and Lomaiviti with the opening of the new Ngarani jetty yesterday. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama concluded his two-day visit on the island by encouraging the islanders to take advantage of the prospects introduced by the government. Akusita Thale reports.
This new jetty in Ngarani on Ngau Island will connect the people to new trading opportunities in the local and overseas markets. The access problem will now be a thing of the past.
These islands have been isolated for that potential to be unleashed, and they have not had the necessary infrastructure.
The jetty has a berthing capacity of 10,000-ton vessels, can accommodate roll-on, roll-off vessels like those that ferry between Vitilevu and Vanuatu, and have provisions for small fiber boats to access the jetty.
All this means new opportunities for commerce and enterprise. Products grown, caught or created here can now more easily be brought to market elsewhere in the country.
Villagers say they will no longer face transportation problems.
For us, the older people on the island, getting from one place to the other is always a challenge. But the opening of the new jetty can enable us and has also made it easy for us to travel to Vitilevu and back to the island.
The challenge before is waiting for the ferry to reach here. We would wait for days while the ferry loads from one village, and when we bought the ferry, it would take us to other islands, and this would take us 3 to 7 days before we reach Suva. But this jetty has made everything easy for us.
Bainimarama also opened an ice plant on the island, commissioned a district office and opened a food crossing for Malawai village before returning to Suva this morning. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Second-hand car dealers say buyers shouldn't expect major decreases in the price of vehicles come August. The Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority will be publishing market prices, but motor traders tell FBC News that costs depend on market forces. Ritika Pratap reports.
Thinking of buying a second-hand car? Wait 2 months and you'll be able to compare prices.
FIRCA on a regular basis from around about August, September will every month publish which are the second-hand car dealers, how much they brought the particular cars in for, the landed cost, and how much they're selling it for.
Every day the rate changes in the market. I can't check my price today. If I send about 5 million, 10 million yen a monthly, every day the dollar value change, the yen change, how the government can consider.
This is the first time that maybe in the world that the cost price of a retailer is being known to the public. So I think time will tell how it is, but it's quite difficult because TT currency rates keep fluctuating, so our costs change if payments are done after the shipment.
The publishing of retail prices is designed to give buyers an idea of the actual cost of vehicles and the additional charge from the dealers in the hope that prices will drop.
Even if the government does go ahead with publicizing the price list,
that doesn't make difference. For us, doesn't make difference.
So it won't affect the price in any
No.
The selling price.
Yeah, selling price won't affect.
Time will tell whether it changes or not, because the market is very competitive. Looking at the history of used car importation in Fiji, there have been a lot of dealers who have gone out of business in recent years because the market has been very competitive, right? And the fact we are all selling identical stock, right, it makes it very competitive. We don't have an exclusive brand like new car dealers. who can charge whatever price they want because only they sell that particular brand.
As of January 2017, second-hand hybrid vehicles will attract duty ranging from $7,500 to $20,000 depending on engine size. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
With all eyes on the historic Super Rugby match between the Chiefs and Crusaders, the Fiji Police Force is also working overtime to ensure all goes smoothly on Friday. This includes managing traffic, which is expected to be more than usual around Sports City.
Police presence will be high during the Super Rugby match, especially for traffic duties. Chief of Operations ACP Rusiate Tunravu says they've been briefed by the Fiji Sports Council on what is required of the force.
This is just to correct earlier statements that were issued to the media and the general public, just to be in line with the requirements. Some of the requirements of us Fiji hosting such a games like this, there is a requirements for us to clear traffic and also have the roads that are immediately near to the venue that are to be cleared.
The officers will be using latest technology to ensure all enjoy the historic match safely.
We are also introducing the drone technology here, just to look after the vehicles that will be parked outside the game venue. And also overlooking the traffic and also within the ANZ Stadium itself.
Vehicle owners are advised to place their passes in a manner where it is easily seen by the traffic officers.
If Fiji facilitates these international games successfully, it will open doors for more tournament in the future. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
Illegal trading of protected wildlife is increasingly contributing to the erosion of Fiji's biodiversity. This was the message imparted today in Suva during the World Environment Day celebrations and concerns raised on the impact it could have on our economy and heritage. Sainiani Boila has more.
The illegal trading of some of Fiji's native animals, trees and marine life is becoming a great concern.
Some common avenues for illegal wildlife trading in Fiji includes poaching into managed protected areas such as tambu areas and closed fishing areas in Golingolis.
Chand says despite having the Endangered and Protected Species Act in place, they are still facing challenges.
This year's theme, Go Wild for Life, encourages you to celebrate all those species under threat and take action on your own to help safeguard them for future generations.
Our future leaders have also been urged to be aware of laws that are in place for the safeguarding of natural resources.
I think it is about conserving the environment and also helping living organisms, protecting them.
It's all about protecting the environment and also protecting the endangered species.
World Environment Day is about conserving and protecting our environment and also protecting our endangered species.
World Environment Day is observed every year to raise global awareness to take positive environmental actions to protect nature. It was established by the United Nations General Assembly in 1972. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Tui Madawata Ratuwiliame Katunivere has questioned the people of Vanua Level if they are doing enough to help stop crime. Speaking at the Northern Duavata Crime Prevention Carnival, the Tui Madawata noted that more needs to be done to reduce crime rates. Eleanor Tarangai View reports.
The Northern Division recorded a 40% increase in crime last year compared to 2014. Tui Madawata Ratuwiliame Katunivere says crimes against women and children topped the list.
We have had this festival in the last 5 or 6 years and it is growing, yet our crime statistics speaks otherwise. More so on the crime against women and children, this is where I ponder on the question, what are we achieving through this carnival when the statistics are quite alarming?
Speaking to hundreds of people who turned up at Braille Park last night, Ratuwiliame says a major societal ill is domestic violence and children are usually the ones who suffer.
Domestic violence is no longer a private matter, ladies and gentlemen. It is everyone's business, and even the government of the day, it does not condone violence against women and children.
It was Itoke night at the Northern Crime Prevention Carnival in Lambasa last night, where the contestants in all 4 categories showed off their traditional attire. The princesses and kings also had their first public judging. Eleanor Turangayu, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, Consumer Council to uplift services with increased budget. And vaccination program reduces diseases among children. Stay with us.
I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Hulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mere from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Consumer Council of Fiji has already made plans on how they will use the money allocated to them in the 2016-2017 national budget. Chief Executive Pramila Kumar says this is the first year when the council has been given a large sum of money and they would like to use it wisely. Shireen Shivan reports.
$1.3 million has been allocated to the Consumer Council of Fiji in the 2016-2017 national budget. Chief Executive Pramila Kumar says her first priority is setting up the consumer helpline.
It took us a while to negotiate the rates, and finally we have done that. So we will be launching consumer helpline on 15th or mid of July.
Kumar says a large amount of money will be used to hold seminars on the insurance sector, particularly health, third party and cyclone-related insurance cover in the new financial year. Overall, she says there are a lot of benefits for consumers in the 2016-2017 national budget.
For example, the removal of credit card levy. Also, the fact that the second-hand cars will be, the prices of second-hand cars will be advertised in the paper, particularly the lending cost. That will definitely help the consumer to make an informed decision.
The Consumer Council CEO says there's been no drastic changes in duties and taxation. Instead, consumers will continue to benefit from the 9% VAT rate. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
The private sector has been playing a vital role in Fiji's economic growth over the past few years. The sector has contributed about 75% towards total investments in the last 3 years, supporting the government's long-term growth strategy. Kelly Vavala reports.
Despite the devastation caused by Tropical Cyclone Winston, Fiji has maintained positive economic growth, in which the private sector has played an important role.
This growth, ladies and gentlemen, has been enabled by the stable and consistent pro-business and pro-growth policies of the Fijian government, and we believe that the private sector is a nucleus of economic growth. And therefore, the government is committed to modernizing our infrastructure and providing a conducive environment that contributes towards a competitive, robust, and resilient private sector.
A group of Kiwi businessmen are in Suva attending the New Zealand Fiji Business Council Trade and Investment Seminar, which is aimed at promoting trade and investment opportunities. New Zealand High Commissioner Mark Ramsden says Fiji remains their largest and important export market in the Pacific.
Two-way economic relationships, over $1 billion Fijian dollars a year. It's going to hit $1 billion New Zealand dollars a year pretty soon. Services, goods exports, tourism, put it all together and you've got a big and important package, and it's one that's important for New Zealand as much as it's important for Fiji.
The government has reviewed policies to streamline processes in order to fast-track investment proposals. One such initiative is the FDI Committee, which is made up of key investment approval agencies. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
A vaccination program running since 2012 has seen a reduction in diseases among children. With funding from the Australian government, the Ministry of Health and Medical Services began vaccinating children with Savira Tambua has the details.
The 3 vaccines protect children from pneumonia, meningitis, diarrhea and cervical cancer. The Murdoch Children's Research Institute from Australia has found the vaccinations have been widely successful.
To make this morning's program.
Yes, we've found that there's been a reduction of at least about 500 episodes of pneumonia every year that have caused children to end up in hospital in Fiji, and we expect there to be an increase in that probably over the next number of years. It's very early at this stage, these results, but for diarrhea we've found a 40% reduction.
Fiji is one of the few countries in the world with a comprehensive immunization program with coverage and reach comparable to developed countries. The Health and Medical Services Ministry says that the vaccines have resulted in healthier children with improved educational outcomes.
These vaccines will further improve Fiji's infant and child mortality and morbidity rates.
The Australian government has extended the program for a year due to TC Winston.
And it's been a very successful 5 years. The program will extend for another 12 months to address rehabilitation and recovery needs post-tropical cyclone Winston.
About $6 million was spent on the program, with more than 90% of children covered. Savira Tambua, FBC News.
And turning to world news, 3 suicide bombers opened fire before blowing themselves up at the entrance to the main international airport in Istanbul, Turkey this morning, killing 28 people and wounding dozens more. Police fired shots to try to stop 2 of the attackers just before they reached a security checkpoint at the arrivals hall at the Ataturk airport, but they blew themselves up. This is Europe's 3rd busiest airport. Istanbul Governor Vasip Sahin says 28 people have been killed and around 60 wounded. Sports is up next, and with all eyes on the Chiefs and Crusaders match this Friday, Jamie, it's building up to be a great game of footy.
Oh, it definitely is, Jackie. With both teams now in Fiji, you can just feel the excitement in the air. Fans prepping their jerseys and flags, people sharing pictures on social media of the game day tickets. A lot of local fans are looking forward to the first Fiji-hosted Super Rugby match. Now, to build on that excitement, coming up, we talk to the Fijians featuring for the 2 teams. Also, after the break, Fiji Sevens teams learn fate ahead of Rio Olympics. Stay with us for the details.
आपको खरगंगा के रंजिला का नमस्कार। रेडियो फिजी की सुंदर सुंदर यादों का खजाना एकदम बचपन के दिन याद करा देते हैं।
हमारा नाम जोनी नायडू है, हम रहता है मलोलो में और हम टैक्सी ड्राइवर है। हम सब टाइम अपन टैक्सी में रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता प्रोग्राम।
हम सिंगाटोका के हैं, हमारा नाम है रोजी। हम लोग यहाँ पे रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
राम राम, मैं रेमस प्रसाद बोलता हूँ, तो वहाँ में कोई रहता हूँ। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 ही सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2, देश की धड़कन।
The most successful team in the history of Super Rugby, the Crusaders, arrived in Fiji today for the first Super Rugby match to be played here. A bumper crowd is expected at the ANZ Stadium for the game against the Chiefs on Friday. And with Fijians Nemani Nandolo and Tony Madila in the Canterbury squad, the Crusaders expect a large portion of that crowd to be cheering for them. Rohit Deo with the story.
The 7-time Super Rugby champions arrived today with 7 All Blacks in their armour, together with 2 Fijians.
Boys have been outstanding for us over a couple of seasons, and Johnny especially this year. He's stepped in and taken his opportunity, and he's been fantastic. And we know what we get with Nemani. He's a rock star for us in the back line. So they're good men as well, just good boys, and we love having them in our team.
The Chiefs are the home team for the match, but coach Todd Blackadder says he's expecting majority Fijians to back the Sailors.
Crusaders supporters, of course. We've got the most Fijians in our team, so this is a rugby mad nation. I've been here on holiday myself, and I call it a training camp because you can't get to relax because you're always playing rugby. But this is a rugby mad nation. It's a really special, unique place in the world. We're so pleased to be here, and I know that the stadium's going to be sold out.
This is Blackadder's last season with the Crusaders, and he says the match this week is the most important of the season.
We've got a fit squad and we're excited. We're looking forward to the clash against the Chiefs here on Friday. It's a really special, unique week for us. It's, I think, first time Super Rugby's been here. It's a top of the table clash. There's a lot on the line, so there's going to be some great rugby. And I know our Fijian boys are pretty excited to be home as well. And we're really excited, looking forward to the challenge.
With the Crusaders holding a 3-point lead over the Chiefs at the top of the New Zealand Conference, the stakes could hardly get any higher.
There are only 2 more rounds of matches remaining before the finals, so the winning team will go a long way in establishing a home advantage for the playoffs. Rohit Dev, FBC Sports.
Flying Fijian wing Nemani Nandolo will be making his first and also last appearance in the Crusaders jumper in Fiji. At the end of the 2016 Super Rugby season, the giant wing will be joining other Flying Fijians in France. Vaishnav Prasad with the details.
It will be the first and the last time the Fijian fans will see giant winger Nemani Nandolo in Crusaders jersey in the country.
I'll be joining Akapus Ingeta and Jim Nguso Montpellier. So, there's only 4 or 5 weeks left of the season here, including the finals, and I just want to make it my best.
But before moving to France, the 28-year-old hopes to finish in style, winning the Super Rugby title with the Red and Blacks.
Give back to a club that's given me a lot, and like I said, not every day you get to play here in Fiji and with the Crusaders, looking forward to just finishing the season on a high, and hopefully we can come away with some silverware.
Nandolo, a familiar face for the local fans, has asked for the support when they face host Chiefs in 2 days' time.
We have 300,000 plus likes on our Facebook. 50,000 of them are from Fiji alone. So just goes to show that we've got 50,000 Crusader supporters here in Fiji.
For sure, the jam-packed ANZ Stadium will come alive whenever this big man will be in action. Vaishnav Prasad, FBC Sports.
We now cross live to Vaishnav Prasad, who is at the Crusaders camp and is joined by Fijian wing Tony Madilai. Vaishnav.
Yes, Jamie, but before we start, the Crusaders have named their starting lineup, and Nemani Nandolo and Johnny Madilai have made it into the final squad that will be playing here at the ANZ Stadium. But tonight, we got one of the special guests here, unheard, Johnny Madilai. Johnny, you're making your first ever appearance here in Fiji in front of the home crowd. What you're looking forward to?
First of all, I was looking forward back home in Christchurch, looking forward to this game. Don't want to miss out coming back to Fiji, and looking forward to get out there and get playing in front of the family and friends and former teammates, and
Will you be in any kind of pressure playing in front of the huge crowd? All eyes stuck on you.
Right now, I started getting used to pressure, and I've got a bit nervous at the moment, and it's going to be good playing in front of I know it's just a home crowd, and
Humble beginning from Red Rock, first time here in Fiji. Probably, do you think the families, friends, and the Red Rock friends will be there supporting you and the Crusaders team?
Yes, they will be there because some of the teammates from the Red Rock and the families, they've been, as soon as we touch down today, messaging and message comes up, and they'll be turning up numbers in the NZ Stadium.
There you go, Jamie. The excitement is in the players as the fans also are excited to watch one of the biggest Super Rugby match here at home at 7:35 p.m. on Friday. Jamie.
Thank you, Vaishnav. Meanwhile, All Black Seta Tamanivalu is ready to make his first appearance in the Chiefs jumper in front of his home crowd on Friday. Fiji-born Tamanivalu says it'll be a different feeling altogether playing in Fiji against the 7-time Super Rugby champions, the Crusaders. Vaishnav Prasad again.
Fronting the local media for the first time, the former Lelin Memorial School student is already talking about the butterflies ahead of the match.
Especially coming back home for the first time, coming with the Chiefs and with the All Blacks as well. So feel pressure and just making sure. But the main thing I'm gonna focus what I can do, so get the team up.
It has been a long 6 years since Seta last played in Fiji, and while he won the prestigious Dean's Trophy for Lelin, the current All Black is delighted to be back home.
It's been a long time since school, and now I'm playing for the Chiefs and playing with the boys coming back with a different team to Fiji, so it's pretty special. Yeah, looking forward to it.
It will also be a special appearance for Huka Hika Elliott, who will be making his 100th Super Rugby appearance.
I'd be able to get to this milestone, but to be doing it with a franchise that I've got a huge passion for, you know, something special.
Chiefs mentor Dave Rennie has named 8 All Blacks in the starting lineup and 3 on the bench, including pivot Aaron Cruden.
Guys who fronted well in that game would put pressure on us from a selection point of view. So obviously with Aaron coming back in late, it's a chance for him to get his head around any shifts we've made in our game and so on, which he's done quickly.
The Chiefs have played here twice against local opponents in the past, but this time they are here for business, and that is to top the New Zealand Conference. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, FBC, through its television sports show, Vodafone Sports Lounge, ran a promotion to give away tickets to 2 lucky winners for the big match between the Chiefs and Crusaders. On your screen now are the winning numbers for the grandstand tickets. And we will be in touch with you on how to collect these tickets. The Vodafone Fiji Sevens side has been drawn in a tough pool for the Olympic Games in Brazil next month. The Sevens world champions are grouped with defending Olympic champions USA, Argentina and host Brazil in Pool A. Meanwhile, the TFL Fijiana will face series champions Australia, USA and Colombia. The women's tournament will be held from the 6th to the 8th of August, while the men's competition will be played from the 9th to the 11th at Deodoro Olympic Park in Brazil. Meanwhile, only 15 days remain for Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan to name his dream team to the Olympic Games in Brazil. By then, the team would have spent 5 weeks in training, and according to Ryan, the decisions he will have to make then won't be as tough. Vashnil Prasad explains.
With the abundance of talent in the Fiji Sevens side, no-nonsense coach Ben Ryan says his selection will be simple. Those who perform will play in Rio.
I wouldn't say it's a tough decision for me. I think it will be straightforward when I have to make it. If you ask me, could I name the 12 now? No, I couldn't, nor am I not even looking at that at the moment. I'm just looking at getting them all to their objectives so that we have as many on the list that I feel are ready to go, and then it's down to me to get the right combination.
Ryan is doing his homework, having tested players in the different positions in the last season, and he will now look into all aspects before naming the final squad.
The grey areas are combinations, 5 or 6 forwards, how many halfbacks we carry, things like that, utility players. You know, so they're the things perhaps that I have a bit more.
Whoever makes it into the 13 will have the Ben Ryan seal of approval as the best chance Fiji has of winning the first ever Olympic gold medal. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie now with business.
The Reserve Bank of Fiji will host the 2016 Alliance Financial Inclusion Global Policy Forum in September for about 500 delegates from around the world. RBF Governor Barry Whiteside says this is the first of its kind for Fiji and will provide opportunities to empower and enhance financial access for the world's unbanked population, especially our Pacific Islanders. Kelly Vadala has the details.
Chief Financial Officer.
The Alliance for Financial Inclusion is a major forum for global financial policy makers. It will assist in the financial inclusion program run by Reserve Bank of Fiji.
Well, for us, it's about how we can learn from each other worldwide about taking services to the poor in our respective communities. So that's what it's all about: knowledge sharing and learning from each other. We also get assistance from a number of our fellow members in terms of what we are doing here in Fiji.
Bank South Pacific today donated a sponsorship of $100,000 to the Reserve Bank in hopes it will allow Fiji to stamp its mark internationally.
It recognises firstly the very strong work that Fiji has done in this space, and a lot of other countries are very interested in the success that Fiji has had in this space, and are looking to find out why we've been successful and what techniques we've used. So it really puts Fiji on the map in terms of financial inclusion, and it's great for Fiji, and also I said 500 visitors to Fiji.
The estimated 500 delegates from around the world will attend the event on the 8th and 9th of September at Denarau. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
It was another mild and sunny day with a mix of sun and clouds continuing throughout Fiji. Looking at the temperatures, they were about the same everywhere. Lambasa was the warmest at 33 degrees, whereas Ba got up to 32, while the rest of the centres were in the high 20s. Tomorrow it will be much like today, mostly sunny with 1 or 2 clouds and just a slim chance of early morning showers. And the further outlook, we're looking ahead to Friday and the weekend. The sunny conditions will continue. At sea, northeast winds up to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. And recapping the main stories for tonight, Ngau gets new jetty with hopes of increased commercial activities. Second-hand vehicle dealers say prices won't drop after public listing of cost by the Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority. And the Crusaders have landed for historic Super Rugby match in Suva. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. This week's poll question, we are asking, do you agree with FIRCA publicly listing second-hand vehicle prices? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
Alango katonesia tuotua, aongonia saurara, although we'll take you on a TV na market e taua. Although talitanga na waronga na Bula FM na magduwa na siya.
Bula na Fiji, na tango plasio matairi, ngone mai na bulu tabiuni, au satu ko nanti, ando talita na warongo na Bula FM. Bula!
Bula FM number 2 NSR.